December 7th, 1941. A quiet Sunday morning in paradise. Without warning, the skies above Pearl Harbor explode with fire and death. Japanese dive bombers scream down, torpedoes rip through American battleships, and in just 110 minutes, the United States Pacific Fleet is smashed. Over 2,400 Americans lie dead. America is humiliated. Japan seems unstoppable. But from the ashes of Pearl Harbor rises one of the most brilliant, ruthless, and effective military strategies of the entire 20th century. A strategy that would turn the vast Pacific Ocean into a highway straight to Tokyo. This is the untold story of island hopping and how it brought the mighty Japanese Empire to its knees.
This is the story of island hopping, the strategy that turned the Pacific Ocean into America's highway to victory. By early 1942, Japan had conquered an enormous empire, stretching from Burma to the Aleutian Islands. They controlled the Philippines, Indonesia, and most of the Pacific. Their defensive perimeter was massive. American commanders faced a terrible choice: attack every single Japanese-held island head-on, or find a smarter way. The answer came from two of America's greatest military minds, Admiral Chester Nimitz and General Douglas MacArthur. Their solution? Don't fight them everywhere. Leapfrog past the strongest defenses and seize only the islands that matter. This became known as island hopping, or advance by bounding.
Instead of capturing every island, the U.S. would attack and capture key islands that had good harbors or could support airfields, bypass heavily fortified islands and simply cut off their supply lines. Use those new bases to launch air attacks on the next targets. Each captured island became a stepping stone toward Japan itself. This strategy had three massive advantages. It saved American lives, conserved resources, and kept constant pressure on the Japanese. The Japanese called it the leapfrogging strategy, and they hated it because they couldn't predict where the next blow would fall.
August 1942, the first major test, Guadalcanal. For 6 brutal months, Marines fought in disease-infested jungles against fanatical Japanese resistance. The Navy fought desperate night battles offshore. When it was over, America had its first major foothold, and the myth of Japanese invincibility was shattered. November 1943, Tarawa Atoll. What planners thought would take 3 hours turned into 3 days of hell. Over 1,000 Marines died on a tiny coral island. The world watched in horror as the true cost of island fighting became clear. But the lessons from Tarawa would save thousands of lives in future invasions. June 1944, Saipan, the Marianas Campaign. This was the game changer. Once Saipan fell, America could base B-29 Superfortress bombers within range of Tokyo. The Japanese threw everything at them, including the largest carrier battle in history, the Battle of the Philippine Sea, known as the Great Marianas Turkey Shoot. February 1945, Iwo Jima, 21,000 Japanese defenders. By the summer of 1945, the island hopping strategy had achieved its goal. Japan was isolated, its cities burning under relentless B-29 firebombing, its people starving. On September 2, 1945, aboard the battleship USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay, the Japanese Empire formally surrendered. What began as a desperate plan after the disaster at Pearl Harbor had become one of the most successful military campaigns in human history. Even today, as tensions rise in the South China Sea and around Taiwan, American strategists continue to study the lessons of island hopping, because in the Pacific, geography still matters, and the next great power competition may be fought across these very same waters. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of history's greatest military strategies, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Tell me in the comments, which Pacific Island battle do you think was the most shocking? Guadalcanal, Iwo Jima, or Okinawa? Next time, we'll dive into another chapter of American military history.